Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl, Mother of Karma, and I'm back with another quick read. This one is actually going to be about a download that I had, and more so a thought that came to mind, and I was guided to write it down, and it simply is that if you're already on here doing tarot or being a messenger or being a prophetess, then you are aware that there are only 144,000 chosen ones in the world, and within that number are smaller numbers of chosen ones, if that makes sense. I'm not I don't want to steal the words from other readers, but I do like to reference them, and I believe it was giving credit where it's due to sun, moon, and stars. She says elect ones, and the that's a good word for it. The elect ones are within the 144,000, but they are like their own, I'll say, main group. Like it's like if you ever seen the circle of subconscious, there's the subconscious, and then it gets smaller and smaller as you go inward. But the more you go out of it, the more broadened your mind becomes, aware and expanded to these things. It's simply seeing that the small circle inside the big circle is the elect ones, because there are a smaller amount of them within the 144,000. So only 144,000 chosen ones are in the world, and they are actually the new pure generation that restores humanity through holistic healing. Now, they are pure because they have overcome a lot of traumatic events, a lot of trauma abuse, and we aren't aware of the trauma and stuff like that until we are at a certain age, to where we have awoken or having another grand awakening to what has been going on around us. I know I didn't really understand or see all the things of incest like behaviors or things that have happened to me until I lived alone for the very first time. And I will say the amount of dreams and downloads that I get is just sporadically. It's almost overbearing, and it's too much, and I feel like I have to be recording myself talking like literally for 3 days straight in order to get it all out. But I need to take it, one day at a time within myself, and when I feel called and comfortable to do so. So that's just my claim. You don't have to agree with me or anything that I'm saying. You can do your own research, but I know the things that come to my mind of something of great stature like that is important, and that is why I am here sharing it. I have noticed that when I pray, a lot of readers pick up on my prayers, and it's actually almost very scary, but I am very happy to be part of the collective that shoots and strives to awaken those who are unaware of their spiritual gifts, and strives to heal other people. And our healing, it's actually crazy, because we heal other people from the things and the experiences that we have been through, which are not necessarily good. And the trauma that we have been through is caused by or done unto us by the people that have raised us. And there's a saying that, like, your soul chooses your family and stuff like that. Well, I do believe that pure souls can choose incestful or dark families due to the ability that they know they have to overcome these circumstances and situations in which will be thrown into their path, especially distractions. I know that was my biggest problem growing up. Now that I live alone, I see how many distractions were placed in front of me intentionally and purposely and strategically by family in order to keep me suppressed and unaware of what was going on around me. Gifted children are often expose their gifts, to the people that they're around at a young age, and people take advantage of that. So, I just want to say, like, it's a great thing. And holistic healing can simply be prayer. It could simply be, doing spell work if you dabble in that. But if you do, I know I tend to stay in the light with things. I tend to pray for myself and the collective that, they gain all the things that they desire and may positive, love and intentions come their way. I do tend to include the collective in my prayers as well, but sometimes I get guided, not to, and just to focus on myself. So, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with praying for other people too, because some people tend not to pray for themselves in the right things they need to pray for. They tend to focus on, a specific subject or something like that, other than which they need. So prayer does go a long way, and I noticed that I tend to naturally pray without praying, and it's all about intention and thought, and the more you stay in a high vibration, the more, you become happy. And I just got done doing some paperwork, and right after that I just got this burst of just love, and I was just like, oh, I'm so happy, I'm so excited, I'm so glad that I did that. And yeah, I just feel like a lot of things will be moving towards a positive shift. And it's called paradigm shift, but a paradigm shift is mainly an energetic shift in the physical, in the astral, and the spiritual. And I do truly pray that the people in their, and this is random, but the people in their twin flame journeys, or high level soulmate journeys, I've been praying for them a lot, because I know I've gone through the journey myself. But I have honestly just been wanting to stay away from the whole journey and just say fuck love, because that shit's just been nothing but energetic pulls that don't help me get far at all. They are really just a big ass distraction, and the shit is just it's just another distraction. And I've noticed the more I focus on myself, the more the energy starts to build up, and it's just oh, I just want to take these people's heads and just bang them together so that they'll leave me alone. But in a positive, good way as well. Now I'm gonna pull a couple cards on this, but the first, when I was like, what cards am I going to use? I grabbed my own, and literally the deck split on God dislikes having to come physically to earth. That's why he created and gave his one and only son, Jesus Christ, # his own entity. So he literally sacrificed a part of himself and allowed his son to come to earth and walk this earth in order to help humanity progress. But, it's very hard for Jesus to serve every single individual when they don't make the right choices within themselves to align themselves with Jesus Christ. And he is our savior. And I've also been, focusing on giving myself into light, staying in the light, and using the gifts that I have for the better. And then my little deck would cut on gifts of life. So a lot of us I've noticed in the past, as I was younger, and I'll say high school, I misused my gifts, my spiritual gifts, because I was fully unaware of them and the potential at the time. But more so, now that I'm aware of them, I tend to keep to myself, and I tend to make these videos in order to give the advice or give the small message lessons and that I feel called to give. And I've also noticed that I have been going to church, but I don't like the suppression of my spiritual gifts that I feel when I'm in the church. So I feel like a lot of reformation needs to happen, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm the one to make that call. But I just don't appreciate, someone telling me oh, just because you talk to spirits, those aren't good spirits. I don't talk to spirits, they talk to me, and it's whether or not I choose to take that advice or not, or just tell them no, leave me the fuck alone, go about your business in another realm. And that's just that. You can't sit here and tell me what to do, if that makes sense. But I have been aligning myself correctly and just trying to make those little changes within my life to stay in the light and serve God and his son, Jesus Christ. Within the 144,000 chosen ones in the world, they are pure people that have been taken advantage of by dark people and dark entities, in which have attached themselves onto us since we were children. So it's very hard for us to just up and rid of these things in one day. And I think that's a lot of things that the people in the church do not understand, or strive to understand. They like to suppress things and just redirect you to a book, and I don't think that that's always the righteous thing to do. I feel like it's more important to hear us out, listen to us, and actually try to relate to what we're saying. Because today I got a lesson about using technology to further advance the things that we want to accomplish and strive to see in life. And that called me to get back on here and to do this reading because, why abuse technology, especially if we have the gift of having it. And family research was another thing that came up, but I don't know, I just don't feel connected to my family at all. The people that I've been around, like safe to say, I don't know if they are my family, but from what I'm told and what I'm shown, they are. So I just kind of wanted to do a quick read and stuff like that in here. I know a lot of us have been, I just know that a lot of us have been spiritually attacked lately, and not even just attacked, just like being pulled on our energy to do this, to do that, and to do shit against our will that we just don't want to fucking do. And I'm here to say, if you are, aware of your surroundings and comfortable with where you're at and happy with what you built, there's nothing wrong with building on what you have. Definitely, damn sure, don't put yourself in a situation to where you're not going to be able to financially be stable or afford yourself. Build with what you got, be appreciative of the things that you have, and, build off of what you already have, if that makes sense. So, and this is in third point of view. So this card relates to other people around you that have been pulling on your energy and doing, shit against you, when all you are really trying to do is be truthful and be honorable and be faithful to yourself and to Jesus Christ and God. So a lot of us are losing homes, cars, and for using you and lying to you. All right. A lot of the chosen ones have been taken advantage of because our parents and our the elders that walked this earth this day, they came out of generations that were not, truly of the light and open to spirituality and sharing the right parts of it. The baby boomer generation and the generation before that, they were all hippies and drug addicts. I'm not gonna be dishonest, that's just the truth. And not all of them, but majority fell to that. And of course, they're into spirituality and stuff like that, and they suppress and hide this information from our generation due to not wanting us to seek our truths. And they were aware of our birth charts before we were even aware of our birth charts, because they raised us and had access to this since the day we were born. And they choose to manipulate it and use it against us and hide things from us so that we cannot progress in life. But we all have free will, and we all have, I hate saying that because I guess I use my free will, but I also have been shutting myself off from meeting new people, meeting new friends, because you never really know their true intentions. So I just allow the universe to send the people who truly want to communicate and, collaborate with me to me. They all have my phone number and they all know where to contact me. So it's not like they don't, and I've been noticing a lot of things about the inheritance thing being a big thing, or trend. And I'm not sure how one truly grasps their inheritance, if that makes sense. But I don't think disappearing is the motherfucking answer, because why would a chosen one disappear? I don't think that's accurate. So it's important for us chosen ones to stay in the light and to stay in the public eye, honestly, and to build our own public eye, because there are people who just want to take advantage of your spiritual gifts and then abuse them and use them against you, and that's not the right way to go either. Offshore accounts are significant. Okay. I get stuck with this card sometimes because I'm not really sure how that relates. But like I was saying, inheritance and stuff like that, that's a big thing that I've noticed, once I got into tarot. Once I spoke on my inheritance and my inheritance being taken from me, I've noticed, a lot of family members are, even more at disease of wanting to talk to me because they know that I'm aware of what has been going on. And I guess I'm unsure of the means of how to retrieve the things that have been taken from me, especially financially, because they know that's the only thing I would really ever need help with in life. But I also strive to save my money and use my finances for investing and creating my own stability regardless of how much money I have. I damn sure do a good job at making sure that I am stable and making sure that proving. I don't even need to prove. I just prove to myself that I know I can provide for myself on my own. And through, no matter what you're going through, it's crazy that these two cards are behind each other. Yes. Okay. So a lot of us are losing homes, cars, for using you, lying to you. Offshore accounts are significant. And they have no spirit, no protection by spirit. Okay. So these three cards came out to not really together, but in their own order. And this is more so the people that you, as you get older, you start to connect the dots, I guess. And have been working against you in life. So with that comes revealed secrets. And they have no spiritual protection because they always are in an ill state of mind, a negative energy. And once you are heavily residing in a negative energy, that shit just eats you alive, and that is just what is stuck to them. You are spiritually protected. Okay, and that goes with God dislikes having to physically come to earth. That's why he gave his one and only son, Jesus Christ. I honestly pray for the day God comes to earth and corrects a lot of our wrongs. I say our because I'm included, but I've repented, I've prayed, and that's why I'm just really been to myself and not really wanting to step out of the energy of not being myself. I've noticed, like, when I go out and stuff like that, I get tired and I'm just like restless and I'm just ready to go home, like the minute that I go out and try to do something fun. So I've just been staying to myself and working on me and doing the things that I can from home. Child witness protection. Okay, this is a mother card. I'm getting children are not safe when they are not with you. If you have children, I can relate. I'm currently going through a little custody battle myself with a vindictive, emotionally controlling person who attempts to use children for emotional, just to have like that energetic tie, and the energetic tie in order to emotionally manipulate you, and God's revealing a lot of their secrets, okay? When it comes down to it, we have to realize, like, there are people that we don't physically see working on our cases and working in the judicial system behind closed doors that we are unaware about. And, I just pray to them, and I really do set the best, most positive intentions for them, because I truly pray that they see the places that we're coming from, and they feel, the place that we're coming from, and may they, receive their messages from God as well, to be able to put certain things together behind, in the cases. Like, may God point out, the things that they need to see, or the things that they have missed in the case, in order to help bring justice to the righteous party. Gifts of life. You are spiritually protected. All right. I just always like to remind myself, like, the minute that you feel down and unhappy and sad, to just remind yourself of the spiritual gifts that you have and to use them. So that's why I get on here and I speak to you guys, because it's a release for me, and it truly helps me channel what's going on. And I always say something about myself in these readings to let you guys know that I truly relate as well, regardless of what's going on. I notice, like, a lot of people say someone or they, and speak in third term, but to me, it's more so, if I'm not saying I in my readings some way, somehow, and it just naturally comes out, I just feel like, can you relate? Like, I understand you're giving the reading, but how does it relate to you? Like, what have you been through that you could put behind this reading to clarify it and give it like that justice, you know what I'm saying? That factual experience of life behind it. I just want you guys to know that if you know that you are chosen and you have been in a traumatic childhood, or had a traumatic life, or post-trauma distress, speak about it, because especially if you're a man, I feel like a lot of men have always suppressed their emotions, and I just really have been wanting to hear from a man's point of view on a lot of different things that have gone on in their lives. So I pray that the men get on here and start doing their tarot channels as well. I won't necessarily say that I'm a tarot reader. I am, but a lot of my messages, I don't know, I like to switch it up. All my readings are different. Most times I'll use my cards to clarify because, it's from my hand, it's from my thoughts, it's from my pure mind. But sometimes I will use a deck or two to help clarify the energies, and I am being guided to use one. So let me pull from my deck of fairies here. And I like to use the cards like face value. And because every time I pull one of these cards, I just get a different energy from it. So Holy Spirit, please show us how to close this out. Okay. The oldest fairy. Okay, this is like the keeper of divine knowledge. Look at the staff. He's holding a staff with a skull. This is like the highest level of knowledge, the overseer of things that happen in a bunch of different realms. The oldest fairy is like the godmother, the godfather, keeper of secrets, knowledge, and divine truth, divine knowledge, just knowing how to speak, and just, sometimes knowledge is just knowing how to speak to others in anybody of any type of crowd. Being able to relate to all types of all walks of life, and also knowing that, somebody just like knocked at the door. And also knowing, picking up signs of confirmation from the universe and stuff like that, and just simply being of the self. Like, his wings are even old, but they're still holding up very strong, which is telling me, like, he's been through a lot. He's been through a lot of battles. He's been through a lot of heartache. He's been through a lot of challenges, and he still remains on top. You see what I'm saying? He still remains on top with his light bulbs all around him. Mushroom or not, he still has his staff that which holds him up. The oldest fairy is the one that everybody goes to for knowledge. That makes sense. The oldest fairy is the one that everybody goes to with their problems and with their concerns, questions, comments, seeking guidance. And as well, if you pay attention to the bottom, there's also light bulbs down here that have yet to sprout it. So he has eternal, everlasting knowledge, everlasting life that continues to blossom and come through regardless of age. Because, they say the older the wiser, but age is nothing but a number as well, right? That's what they say, but to a certain extent, age matters, because I don't know why I'm picking up on this, but like a 19, 20-year-old sleeping with a 16, 14-year-old, that's just disgusting. That's just wrong. So, yeah, I don't know why I took that type of turn, but I guess that plays into the children are not safe when they are not with you. Child witness protection. So someone's children needs to go into witness protection and seek deep counseling. I think myself included. So that's why I'm just praying to God that when I get my children back, they will be in my care legally. It's just sad that, some things have had to get to that point, especially when you've been the cordial person and the calm one, just trying to work things out. Just as far as simple custody of your children, or just trying to not be a vindictive person, or trying to be on the light of things, but people just attack you and just love to misconstrue your words and stuff like that. So just remember that, especially the oldest fairy coming out, on top of the God dislikes having to physically come to earth. That's why he gave his one and only son. You are spiritually protected and using your gifts of life for the positive. I've noticed that the oldest fairy guides me, and when you use your spiritual gifts like this, and simply just by speaking on it and posting it online, that shit does a lot spiritually, okay? In the ethers, in the realms that we do not physically see all the time. But when you go to sleep at night and you rest and you do these things, simply sleeping, okay? That shit does a lot for you spiritually, and it allows spirit to, the Holy Spirit and spirit, same to me. When I say that, it's the same thing. Um, it allows them to be able to work on your behalf in the astral and the spiritual realm. If that makes sense to you. If it doesn't make sense to you, just leave it and do not resonate with it. I just feel like a lot of secrets of other people will be coming to light and becoming into justice, especially in a court setting situation. A lot of people are, like I said, they're going to be losing their house and cars for lying to you. Offshore accounts are significant, and I think that's where a lot of chosen ones' inheritances are being held and kept from them. And these people have no spiritual protection, and that is why these will be revealed secrets. All right. I hope you all, report the things in which that you feel are true to you. Because the minute that you do, law enforcement opens an investigation on these people, and secret societies and secret groups and stuff like that. Those are big ones that need to be investigated. So I'm here to tell you all that I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're at. Much love to you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.